In today's video, we will discuss how you can be sponsored to work in the UK, and there are several different routes which you can be sponsored to work here, as well as other routes where you do not require sponsorship. So the focus today is skilled worker visa, global talent visa, innovator founder visa, and also self-sponsorship route. We'll also be talking about some real life case studies from successful applications that we have assisted our clients with. Before we dwell into today's topic, a quick intro. I am Yash Dubal, Managing Director at AYJ Solicitors. We are an SRA regulated legal 500 firm with over a decade in UK immigration, winning multiple awards, serving 4,000 plus clients and having 1,200 positive reviews. We are here to help you. So first thing first, skilled worker visa application. The skilled worker route is a very popular route for migrants to stay or enter the UK. Last year, there were almost 3,000 applications made by skilled workers, and that is not even including any dependent applicants. So the skilled worker route requires a migrant to find an employer with a sponsor license who will then be willing to sponsor them. They must be sponsored in a job that is eligible and at the required salary threshold. The employer will then request a certificate of sponsorship if they do not have any available. If the client is based abroad, they will need to apply for a defined certificate of sponsorship. Once this is granted, it can be filled out with the job and the migrant details. Meanwhile, the visa application form can be completed. This involves adding the migrants' biographical details such as their name, address, and travel history. There will also be certain documents that will be submitted with the application, so it be helpful to collect them prior to the submission. This includes a proof of English language requirement and the TB test if both are required. It's also sometimes helpful to submit references to prove that the applicant is a genuine candidate for the application. The COS, certificate of sponsorship, can then be assigned. The relevant fees can be paid. This will be assignment fee as well as the immigration skill charge if necessary. After this, the COS number can be added to the form and the application can be submitted. These fees will need to be paid with the visa fee, and the immigration surcharge also needs to be paid if applicable. The applicant will then have to submit your biometric information either in person or via the app, depending on what kind of application you are going for. So now let's talk about a real life case study we helped with. So we had a company client of ours approach us to assist with the skilled worker visa application for their director's brother. The brother was living abroad, which meant we would be assisting the company with requesting a defined certificate of sponsorship as well as the brother with an entry clearance application for skilled worker visa. Before requesting the defined COS, we confirmed with the sponsor that they have advertised for the role. In addition to confirming that the applicant had followed normal recruitment procedure, including sending a CV, having a job interview with the sponsor. This is very important for skilled worker visa application where the applicant is related to someone who works at the business, as the Home Office must be convinced that this is a genuine applicant for a genuine vacancy. We requested the defined COS, whilst in the meantime we drafted the applicant's application form. Once the DCOS was granted, we assisted the sponsor in assigning it to the applicant, making sure a non-related employee was the level 1 user who assigned it. When we submitted the application and booked the applicant for his biometric appointment, and then after the applicant was then asked to attend the interview with the Home Office to prove that he was a genuine applicant. We prepared the client with the thorough mock interview and he passed, which was an excellent result for us as well as for our client. Now let's talk about the global talent visa. The global talent visa is a visa specifically for leaders in fields such as academia, the arts, and the digital technology. In order to apply for global talent visa, you must first be identified as a leader or a potential leader in your field. There are 6 British endorsing bodies that will assess you to see if you are worthy of an endorsement. This will include the Royal Society and the Arts Council, England, and other bodies. Each body has their own criteria for assessing whether you will be eligible, but all will examine your current contribution to see if they are significant enough to be leader in your field. If you are starting out in your career, they will examine your potential to be a future leader. Other way to be a global talent is to win one of the listed prestigious prizes which have been classified by the endorsing body as demonstrating exceptional talent and the need for the endorsement straight away. Example of this includes the Nobel Prizes and Academy Awards. The endorsement will provide you with the 70 points you will need under the UK's point-based system. After receiving your endorsement, you can apply using the online application form, paying the relevant fees, uploading your documents documentation and providing your biometric information. There are several advantages of GTV, including no minimum salary threshold, the lack of need of sponsorship by a company, and no English language requirement, and fast track settlement for exceptional talents. Now let's go through a real life case study of a global talent visa for one of our clients. We assisted a client successfully acquire a global talent visa application, and the applicant was a highly successful artist whose work spanned multiple artistic disciplines including acting, directing, producing, and writing. We submitted several supporting letters from arts bodies such as Theatre Review of her work to the Art Council of England to ask that they endorse her as a promising talent. The application was successful, and we used that endorsement to apply for a global talent visa, paying the required fees. The application was then granted, and our client is now enriching the UK's culture through her work. It can be difficult to get the endorsement from the relevant body, but as we have shown here, with enough evidence, it's very doable method of getting a visa to live and work in the UK. Let's talk about the Innovator Founder Visa. So the Innovator Founder Visa is a route through which entrepreneurs can get a UK visa. The main aspect of Innovator Founder application is that the applicant's business plan must meet the Home Office prerequisites and requirements. Similar to the GTV, they must get an endorsement from an endorsing body that confirms that the applicant's business is innovative, viable, and scalable. The endorsing body must also deem that the applicant has made a significant contribution to the business plan and will have a day-to-day role in running the business. The applicant is required to have at least 2 contact point meeting with the endorsing body within the period of permission. Although there are several benefits to Innovator Founder Visa, including that is a viable route to settlement, it has the major disadvantage of needing an endorsement for the applicant's business plan, which is a long and difficult process. And also the hurdle is the business has to be innovative. At AYJ, we instead recommend entrepreneurs to use the self-sponsorship route if they don't fit into Innovator Founder category. So let's move on to the self-sponsorship route. On that note, the self-sponsorship route is a way through which applicants can sponsor themselves as a skilled worker, but through their own company. They don't need to find any other company because they are sponsoring through their own company. This means the applicant can be in a far greater control of their future, and in 5 years' time they could qualify for settlement. It's an ideal route for those planning to set up a UK company anyway, and it kills 2 birds with 1 stone. Once their company is set up, they can acquire a sponsor license, then go through the normal process of skilled worker visa application. So let's go through the real life case study of a self-sponsored visa. We assisted an Indian entrepreneur going through the self-sponsored route recently. The applicant wished to set up an IT consulting business in the UK. He had extensive experience in IT consulting in India and wanted to take this forward to the UK. With the help of a strategic partners, we assisted him in setting up a business in the UK. Our strategic partners can fill in the key roles in the business, such as the accountancy and the UK-based director. Once the company was created, we applied for a sponsor license for his company. When applying for sponsor license, we stressed the applicant's experience as well as the company's genuine need for the employee. Highlighting that the several clients had already been acquired, we also stressed the funds for investment in the UK business were readily available. As part of the license application, we ensured that a strategic partner filled the role of a level 1 user, as the applicant would not be able to assign a certificate of sponsorship to themselves. When the sponsor license was granted, we then assisted the applicant in requesting a defined COS, assisting it and submitting his visa application as well. The applicant is now happily settled in the UK and his business is thriving. We recommend the self-sponsorship route to all entrepreneurs who wish to move to the UK, as it's a much more flexible route than the Innovator Founder Visa. So in today's video, we have covered the different ways the migrants can be sponsored in the UK. 2 of the routes include sponsorship, and the 2 routes does not require sponsorship. They require endorsement from a government body. All of them allow migrants to make the UK their home. Can I ask you all a favor? If you enjoy this content, could you please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel? It helps us massively and I appreciate you all. Do you need help with your UK immigration matter? If yes, please complete a short inquiry form which you will find in the description section below now. Thank you for watching. Do you need help? If yes, contact us on this number which is on your screen, or fill a short inquiry form which is in the description section below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell button for more content on life in the UK test.